Are you ready?
2 minutes left. Left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts
right here, right
This
now.
is a message to all the haters out there. If you don't like what I do, but you watch everything I'm doing, you're still a fan.
Okay. Matt, you like that one?
I did. Remind me
Hey,
of
look.
college.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Look, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to another episode of Hog HQ Live, brought to you by the Hog Talk Podcast. And as always, you know, the motto I see Brad Stanton is in the comments. The motto is tell a friend that we are back again. Shout out to Brad for that. Now, Brad, I gotta let you know. John Gilbert beat you in the comments today. John Gilbert, shout out to John Gilbert, said what's up through YouTube. So shout out to him for that. Tell a friend. Welcome back to Hog HQ Live. Brad is watching us straight from Colorado Springs. Logan, I know you in Texas. What part of Texas you watching us from, Logan? I know you, John. Where you watching us from, John? We didn't know where you guys are watching us from, Logan Evans. With that being said, I'm glad you already know, because when I go into these schedule projections, it's going down. It's going down. Brad said he's slacking. Okay, Logan said he in Midland, Texas. Now, before we get started tonight, this gentleman over here, this is Adam. And this gentleman over here, this is Matt. Okay? So tonight, y'all know what it's about. We're going to keep it real short, simple, to the point, but we're going to go in. John said he watched us from North Little Rock. Okay, north side in the building, north side. The real north side.
Hey now.
No, okay. North Little Rock call itself the North, depending on who you talk to. Fort Smith is Fort Smith North Side. Yeah, that's the difference. Jimbo James, can I get you off that projection? Let's see what it is. Look, let's jump right into it, guys. I'm rambling. Summer Sessions is episode 37.
Last one.
This is the last episode for Summer Sessions. We thank you guys so much for joining us for Summer Sessions. Once again, it's the talking season where it's not a lot of sports going on, but we was able to get a lot of information in regards to basketball, football, Olympics, anything Razorback related, and give you guys news during the off season before we kick off football season. Now, before we really get into it though, if you look up right? It look a little different in here. I see we got a nice little new layout on the screen, overlay. That's
Mm-hmm.
pretty nice. Okay. And then at the top it says your logo, your company logo could go here. Once again, talking about sponsorships. We are looking for sponsorships. If you guys are interested in having your logo on the show and then having your advertisement read, please reach out to each one of us and let us know that you are interested. We will send you information in regards to pricing as well as the reach that we have per this show. Enough of that. Enough of that. Jim. I think Jim is new. Okay. From Dillfield, VA. Okay, on the Tennessee
Nice.
line. That's what's up. I'm
He's been
looking
in here
forward to
before.
October. Okay, looking forward to October 5th when the balls come to the hill. We'll pick Suey. That's what's up. Thank you, Jimbo. Jimbo James Hamilton. Thank you. Thank you for supporting us, man. Really appreciate it. Now, with that being said, did I already say that? Hold on. What did Logan say? Yeah, with that
What's
being
the
said, that's the
career?
first one.
What?
Yeah. No. Logan
Oh,
already
we
said
didn't.
my little
Yeah.
something.
With that
Yeah,
being
yeah.
said,
With that being said,
I don't think I have the hashtag in here.
we got to get one. But I know you missed the phone a friend, so you make it happen. Anyway, let's get into it. We're talking about football once again. It's 4 days. 4 days. And with 4 days, you know this gentleman has some footage for us to watch. So with that being said, roll that beautiful bean footage, my guy.
Have to win the game. We have to beat Tennessee or nothing matters. Nelson going up top for right. Was it caught? Juggled and caught at the 40. These Razorbacks putting on a show tonight. Never giving up on that ball. Jarius Wright. A picture of concentration here. Unbelievable. Going against a true freshman, Justin Coleman, who lucky he doesn't get called for pass interference. But how does he keep that ball alive? Because they saw this on the Diamond Vision. 1, 2, 3 off his face. You know what that looked like? It looked like that catch by Tyrone Prothro from Alabama several years ago where he caught it. Wilson reloads and goes long. Man there. Got him. Jarius Wright, and he's gone. Wright, touchdown.
Play fake. Sterner steps out of trouble.
Wow.
Lost to a wide open receiver. It's Cobbs towards the end zone. Touchdown. Cobbs breaks it to the outside, and he could go. The 15, the 10, the 5. Wow. Touchdown, Cedric Cobbs.
What a left arm, stiff arm.
And then the speed was amazing.
Big play.
Inside handoff, Cedric Cobbs. He is a sprinter from Little Rock. He will not catch him. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
Tip ball.
End around. Keon Hutcher. There he goes. Right out the gate. 82 yards for 6.
Hey, look at I thought about that when you posted that today about number 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's fitting to have Jarius Wright being posted as one of the guys in number 4 with Bob Petrino coming back. That was dope. Shout out to Cedric Cobbs, a.k.a. C4, a.k.a. my high school football teammate. Shout out to Cedric Cobbs, a.k.a. C4. We haven't seen an electric guy at number 4 in a long time.
No, because, I mean, nothing against, like, Keon Hatcher, and he's still doing his thing in the CFL, but he didn't have, he had great catches, and he was consistent, and he did have some big plays, but it wasn't like what we saw from Jarius Wright, Cedric Cobbs.
Right.
And I know somebody, like, when I posted it today, put out there, like, oh, I thought we would have seen Quinn Grovey. And it's just like, sometimes I can't go through and get every single person. Like tomorrow, 3 days is only Joe Adams and only Alex Collins. I'm not going to dig out other ones because that one's 5 minutes in itself.
Gotcha. You got to cut that one down anyway. Yeah, I ain't mad at that. Look at this. Look at this. Let's be clear. Hashtag let's be clear. Cedric Cobbs, incredible. What was it? Incredible Hulk is what it was on the magazine.
I have it right over here.
Really?
The Arkansas Hooten Football. I was in that edition. Yeah, I got it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Look, man, it's been interesting going through this, man. Just to look at that actual rundown, we on day 4. I mean, this is actually game week, guys. I mean, we're looking at the first game on Thursday night. I know some people had their feelings, good, bad, or indifferent about the Thursday night game. I mean, it's a night game. It's on what's on ESPN Plus. How can you watch it?
ESPNU.
ESPNU. Either way, it's on TV and it's a Thursday night game. But I know a lot of people would rather have one on a Saturday, enjoy the whole day with the tailgating experience. But at the end of the day, I feel like these guys need that extra time to get ready for Oklahoma State, which we will get into in a second. I want to say this before we move forward to the schedule. Yesterday, you do know it was only one number 5 who was gonna really post. It's only one number 5. I don't care what we're talking about.
I mean, we could dive into the more recent
Boyd.
ones. One transferred, one didn't finish his career as basically quit before the season ended, if you will. So I was just kind of like, you know what? There's only one DMAC.
There you go. Jimbo James Hamilton. You went to JA Fair too? Shout out to the War Eagles, which is no longer a
I was
high
about to
school.
say, are they?
See what you're doing? See what you're doing? It's too early for that, bro. It's too early for that. Triple R Rail Bail Bonds Incorporated. We should always start the season off with Saturday and never start the year off in Little Rock. I'm not opposed to that. And Triple R Bails Bombing. I bet you won't tap in with one of us to try to be a sponsor on this information, on this platform. That'd be nice.
Used to actually be sponsor of Hog Talk.
Interesting. Well, you don't say. Let's get straight into it, because you know why we're here tonight. The more you know. Let's get straight into it, guys, because I'm really ready to get into it now. As we get into it tonight, we're going to take this time and go through this whole schedule. Game by game, we're going to break down each game and try to convince this gentleman here to get off of his prediction that he's been saying for weeks that he's just standing on business about. So, at the end of the day, I feel like we all have an idea of where we want to go with it. But I'm trying to see if we can all break up things that make a lot of sense. I seen a comment, I forgot the gentleman's name, who made a comment in the group and did a whole season layout, his predictions for the season. It was a lot of people involved in that post, and I was hoping some of you guys would be on tonight to chime in with some of your opinions and your takes, just so we can go a little bit back and forth and get a little banter and debate about what we think will really be feasible for the season. Zelda fan, 1942. I hope it's not true at all that Florida might be our last ever SEC football win. No, I hope not.
No.
The SEC's not. I mean, no. Well, I mean, if you're going off my prediction, then
we can't go off your prediction. All right, so boom.
Before we get into all that,
okay,
since there's between this and Twitter, there's over 100 people watching right now.
Okay.
I made my prediction in November 20th to be exact, which was 4 days before the Missouri game. So no, I have not came off of it, but do I think we're only going to win 3 games? No, I don't. I'm just sticking to that's what I predicted in November, and I'm rolling with it. But I will talk about those games that I think can go Arkansas's way.
Okay. All right.
Not just the flat. And then when we have our Woo Pig Pick'em coming out weekly, it may not reflect like, I picked them to lose on my early season predictions, but I may pick them to win as the season goes on.
Yeah, it's good that you get in front of that, because somebody will screen record and just say, "Well, you chose them to get this," and now all of a sudden you get.
Exactly.
It's bound to happen. Yeah, it's bound. It's the internet, man.
I mean, between what we're going to do, the Woo Pig Pick'em, then we do the score predictions in HQ. So there's bound to be multiple things. And with the Woo Pig Pick'em, week 2 we'll be throwing in the 3 primetime NFL games as well. Thursday night football, Monday night football, Sunday night football. So just to mix it up a little bit, because I know some of you folks like picking the NFL more than college.
And some people watch college because they can't stand NFL. So just depends on the individual fan. All right, go ahead and put a thing up on the screen, my guy, so we can see what we got. Got to wait to see. Okay. This is going to be interesting. So if you guys are watching, please feel free to chime in with your comments and what you think it could really be. What are your projections? And we're going to go game by game and kind of do a little roundup. All right, so first game, Thursday night, August 31st, Arkansas Pine Bluff in Little Rock at War Memorial Stadium. Matt, what you got on it?
I think it's going to be what everybody expects it to be.
Okay.
I don't really see UAPB scoring more than 10 points, and I would venture to say that most, if not all of that, will probably come up in, at the end of the game, some scrap of duty or whatever, unless somebody just blows an assignment and somebody gets free. So I would expect a pretty sizable win. I'm saying probably 42 points. We win by a margin of victory. I think that would be pretty safe. I think we must start fast. We should be able to run the ball on them. Do whatever we want. Be bland, not show anything. Save it all for as the season goes along. Because we're not going to show everything against Oklahoma State, but I think it should just be as expected. But I will predict. I think we might have a punt return again.
Okay.
It's been a while.
For a
Well,
touchdown.
2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Against Arkansas Pine Bluff was the last time, right?
Missouri State when Petrino was their coach. Bryce Stevens.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
And I don't remember when.
Bluff.
Oh, I'm trying to remember when
Is that
Nathan
Perotti?
Perotti had one also within the last year or two.
That was the Arkansas game. No, it was another game.
We haven't played
a
Pine
homecoming.
Bluff since 2021 when we beat them like 45-3.
Gotcha. So since you want to chime in on it, sir, what you got on the game?
I've got to win. I'm not going to go like score predictions for all these. I will say the spread 52.5, not going to cover that. I know there's going to be people probably pissed off like, oh, y'all didn't cover the spread, whatever. I think this game, I'm still looking about a 42-point differential like Matt. I'm going to roll with 52-10 because I feel like the Petrino's first game, like on the sideline back with Arkansas, that hopefully getting ready for Oklahoma State, we're going to see, the starters, first string, everybody through the third quarter. I'd say pull them for the fourth.
All right.
But, it is what it is. I want to see the true, like, we're not taking the foot off the gas, even if it is Pine Bluff.
All right. So check this. I got us winning against Pine Bluff. If you're not scoring 50 points, I'm disappointed. I'm telling you that right now. Yeah. He'll show up at some point on the screen.
Some point.
If you don't score 50 points on Arkansas Pine Bluff, I'm disappointed already. And I'm going to say this in relation to the past couple of years, we watched Sam Pittman get up on the school and then just say we're going to run the ball and wear him down. And I'm like, to hell with that, because everybody's trying to win. We don't have time for that crap. Bob Petrino, I feel like, is trying to put his name front and center and doing what he does. I want to go back to an old Steve Spurrier quote. The reason why we keep running the score up is because, hell, the third string quarterback, his mom is in the stands and want to see him play too. So I think this is also a situation where, in regards to recruiting, in-state recruiting, any player, the 9 players you have on your roster who are from the Pulaski County, Little Rock area, they must play. Significant playing time. Significant. And you got anybody from the state in general, specifically guys who went to school in Little Rock, this is your time to shine. You're back in home city. You got to play those guys. It's no reason that we don't see Russell on the field. There's no reason we don't see Charlie Collins on the field with significant playing time.
Having Petrino back with Arkansas in some capacity, and the players that he had from that area when he was there, I mean, if anybody can speak to it, it's him. Like, hey, you need to get these guys on the field, because he had some big games, memorable games in Little Rock.
Right. And I also think from I don't know what standpoint to really speak on it, but I do know a lot of times when it comes to Little Rock games, that's an opportunity for Central as well as Southeast and Southwest Arkansas to show up for the games. So I would really like that to be an opportunity to present to these guys and recruit to those areas and put more players who are from those areas, South, Central, and Southern Arkansas, to be represented on the field. That's what I would like to see. Like I said, you got to put 50 up on them. You can keep it vanilla as long as you score fast. I still think we're going to start slow, unfortunately. I think we're going to start slow on offense. I really do. I think it's probably going to be 2 first drives and a punt. And it's going to be disappointing. It's like, here we go again. And all of a sudden, they'll turn it up. So that's my projection for that. So we both got to win for that. Oklahoma State. The reason why they moved the game up to Thursday is because they wanted more time to prepare for Oklahoma State. I'm going to go ahead and start off with this one. I got us in the win. Because Oklahoma State always starts slow. They always lose a game they're not supposed to lose. You just see Florida State lose to Georgia Tech. It's very possible it could be the same scenario. So I'm going with Arkansas for the win against Oklahoma State. I mean, in one aspect, Arkansas Pine Bluff, it is not at Ronald McDonald.
Don W.
It's not.
Reynolds.
That's right. It's not. It's not in Fayetteville on the hill in the stadium. So technically, it's an away game. You already did away game preparation for the Little Rock game. Now you're gonna go right back and go on a true road game and play Oklahoma State. I feel like they already have the mojo. They vanilla in the first game. Second game, they start to show a little bit more. They start showing a little versatility in some of the guys they want to showcase, and just prepare them to go into the next week. So I got Arkansas with a win, going 2-0 versus Oklahoma State. Adam, what you got?
This is where it starts. Just going off of it, again, from November. No, I've got it as a loss.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, stealing one from you.
All right.
I think that we can win this game.
Okay.
And like you said, a lot of that has to do with Oklahoma State starting slow. I think you have to make Oklahoma State one-dimensional. They've got one of the best running backs in the country, and Ollie Gordon,
correct,
in the backfield. So I think it's going to be difficult to completely take him out of the game. But obviously, this is a game where you want to see Landon Jackson disrupt the backfield. So, it's one of those that our secondary is going to be put to the test. Our linebackers are going to be put to the test. I mean, there's a lot on this game because Oklahoma State's going to come at you from a few different ways.
Hey,
Buster, we don't have you blocked for telling the truth. We have you blocked for stirring up shit week in and week out in the group. Anyway.
Move it on. All right, Matt, what you got on it?
I got it as a win.
Okay.
I think the mini bye week, if you will, having a Thursday night game, will add a little bit to it because they'll be able to watch Oklahoma State and get a little bit of film on them, albeit they're not going to show a whole lot either. But I think it'll be a close game. I think it mainly resides on the defense being able to stop the run, stop Ollie Gordon. I mean, a lot that's obvious, and like you said about Landon Jackson, I think the linebackers will need to be big in that game. They'll need to really show maturity and be poised in tight situations. But I think we'll be able to pull it out. I think they want it right now, but if we don't win it, the rumblings will start at some point.
Absolutely.
But I think we will win it, and I think it could start something nice for us, hopefully.
All right. Now, one thing that we didn't throw in there that we discussed previous shows ago, we have a former player that's actually on the roster. And last time we checked, he was in a cast.
Mm-hmm.
So, have we heard any update? Or have we looked for any update?
I did a few weeks ago, and there was no new update on it.
Gotcha.
So I'm not sure what's going on with him. Like maybe get an update before.
Who's it we were talking about?
AJ
The
Green.
running back.
Oh,
AJ Green.
I haven't heard anything on it.
Because he transferred, he hit the portal and went to Tulsa, and then flipped and went to Oklahoma State. And we was looking like, damn, we got to play him. Like, it's a possibility if he's properly utilized in the system, he could really do something. So I don't know who the second string running back is. I feel like this is a situation where Coach T. Will in the defense is going to start the season off strong. I think they have a great showing against UAPB. I think they look to repeat that in week 2. They get different looks. They get used to doing the play calls in the helmet. It's a road environment. Oklahoma State don't have shit on the SEC in regards to crowd noise. I don't care what you say, so you can't convince me otherwise. I feel like the defense is what stands tall the first two games. The offense brings itself along, and then slowly gets it going. Yeah, Colin Clay is a starter on the defensive line of Oklahoma State. Thank you, Andrew. That's definitely he left us what 3 seasons ago? I feel like it was 3 seasons ago.
And AJ Green will miss the first few months, so he will not be there.
So he'll be on the sidelines with a jersey.
Correct.
Talking trash. It's the Big 12. They're consistently mid. We should win. Absolutely. They're not known for defense. So at the end of the day, I feel like we get an opportunity to let Taylor Green get loose in the run game. I want to see Taylor Green get loose in the run game. I think he'll do a lot of in pocket dumps and getting it off. We get a chance to see what the offensive line looks like. Let me go back real quick before we continue. The UAPB game I talked about seeing. Wait a minute. What are the view of the document? Okay. All right. Look. So I talked about Arkansas Pine Bluff. Boom. Another thing that I want to see besides the players that's from Little Rock and within the state, I need to see Singleton. I need to see the backup quarterback. And I need to see him do more than just hand off the ball. I need to see the backup quarterback actually throw the damn ball in significant reps. Because you never know what the season looks like. If anybody gets hurt, I don't give a damn who it's against. Let that man throw the ball. Let him run the first team offense. Don't just get him in the game and just try to hand the ball off to Russell. I don't want to hear that in the beginning. I want to see him actually have a hold of the total offense and call the plays, run the plays, and throw the ball and have some decent stats on that. So once again, at this point, me and Matt are at 2-0, and we know Adam is at he's
1-1.
1-1. All right. So boom. Next we go to UAB. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. That's another dub. Arkansas starts the season off 3-0. That's 2 on the road, and this UAB is a home game.
Yeah,
is
it's
that
the
correct?
first.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, it's the first game in Fayetteville. The first 5 weeks, this is the only game that's in Fayetteville.
You know you sound like Trey Biddy, right? Nobody gives a shit. Just win the damn game. I don't care if you play in the parking lot.
It doesn't matter what you think.
That part.
Yeah.
Right? So it's so many other people. We're the only one that has a schedule just messed up like this. There's other people's schedule messed up that if you really dig into it. But I got Arkansas beating UAB. Once again, the thing that tips the scale in this one is this is the first true home game. This is the first true home game. So you've been in 3 different atmospheres at this point on September 14th going against UAPB. I feel like now we start to put it all together. This is the time where the offense has to flourish. I think they're still starting a little slow, but they'll figure it out and they'll make it happen. Defense is still going to do their thing. I like to see we start seeing other running backs involved, other receivers involved. We don't know what all it looks like with regards to Broden and Andrews. We don't know what it looks like if they're going to start the season off in full strength. So it'll be interesting to see if some of these other players get an opportunity to play and what the offensive line looks like for the first 3 weeks. But I got us in the win at 3-0 at this point. Matt, what you got?
I got a 3-0. There have been some people predicting that it would be a very close game or that we could even lose it. I wonder where they, get those thoughts because I think we should be able to handle them, at least by 3 touchdowns by the end of the game.
You see Buster comment. That's where they get them thoughts from. Said BYU beat us at home, and they were at the bottom of the Big 12.
BYU is not UAB.
You can't tell him that. He got all
that. Power conference school versus non. So whatever. But I think we should be able to handle it. It could be tight early. Just you never know. Especially if there could be a hangover, especially if we win at Oklahoma State. They could, just be a little high and start a little sluggish and kind of the way you were saying early in the UAPB game that we could, just have a couple punts in the beginning. But I think we'll handle UAB and we will be 3-0.
All right.
This is 2-1. I don't think that's going to be something that we win as much as the Pine Bluff game. I think it's going to be, I'm still looking at 4 to 5 score win. So it's one of those things that I want to see them open up a little bit more. I don't really think, I mean, going into Oklahoma State game 2, the whole like saving your playbook for stuff, like throw that out the door. Like go ahead game 1 and just get it rolling. Like I'm tired of hearing about not opening things up. Just go for it, especially against UAB, and especially if you've lost game 2. And I know you don't want to think about that, but if you lose game 2, you need to use game 3 to bounce back and prepare for Auburn.
Correct.
So that's where you have to get your head right to go into the run of SEC games you've got ahead of you. So I'm going to put it as a win.
Okay. Gotcha. We're going straight into the first SEC play. Going SEC play, we place Auburn. That is an away game. That is one game I am going to this year. If you guys have been watching since we started this, last year I went to Baton Rouge to LSU, and then I went to Gainesville. I'm going to continue this trend, and when we played Georgia, I went to the Georgia game. That's one of the best games ever. We got our ass whooped, but that beside the point. Atmosphere was live. Going to Auburn. So, Auburn, first SEC game. Coach T. Will going back to his old stomping ground. Matt, go ahead with yours. I'm still, man.
This is one of the ones I've been debating back and forth. I had to remind myself that Hugh Freeze was the coach there, so that did worry me a little more than not. But I feel like if we beat Oklahoma State, I feel like they're going to come out on fire for T. Will for that game. But every time we go to Auburn,
Something
bullshit happens. So I'm going to call it a loss because I feel like some bullshit is going to happen. I want us to win. I think it's going to be a tight game, but something stupid is going to happen. I have a feeling, and it will end up hurting us. Some official's going to be paid or something.
Mark Carls will be there.
Some foolishness. All right, Renee, yeah. You got Harry at LSU DP. Damn Skippy. Yeah. That's some of the best tailgating I've been a part of. That was a hell of a time, man. And a hell of a game. I got a chance to watch the Heisman Trophy winner play against the Arkansas team who was really giving it to him to the end. So that was definitely a good game to be at. Adam, what you got, sir?
This is a loss.
Okay.
And this one, no matter how we start the first 3 games.
Okay.
It always goes down some weird way in Auburn. Whether it's honestly getting throttled by Auburn, depending on the year, or you come up with stuff that the referees, don't call a fumble on Bo Nix.
Okay.
Whatever the case may be. So Jordan Hare is one of the tougher stadiums to play at in the SEC. It's weird. So it's just one of those I can't see us winning.
Brian, don't ride the elevators at Auburn. Say, I heard about that for whatever reason. I heard about that. So thanks for that. Auburn, I got us taking an L. We're taking an L against Auburn, starting the SEC off 0-1. It's always something. Auburn always has these players that we have no idea who they are. Let's be clear, hashtag. It's an opportunity, right? There's an opportunity for Auburn to throttle the shit out of Arkansas and put Walker White in the game just because. That could really happen, right? Like, it's so many scenarios I'm thinking about of how these games could really go. It'd be so sad to see us get beat up and then see Walker White get in the game and they just keep running the first team offense and just throwing, man, like just dropping them on us. You know what I'm saying? 40, 50-yard drops. I can honestly see that. So I got us taking the L against Auburn, starting the SEC off 0-1, which I don't like.
One thing too is like I'm waiting for the wheels to fall off for Hugh Freeze. I feel like it's going to happen sooner or later. That shit's going to hit the fan. It's just not going to happen against us for whatever reason.
Yeah, Andrew, you're right about that. Yeah. Andrew, you're right about that. Peyton Thornton, yeah. We was looking like there's no way in hell this dude is going to really do what he did. This dude ran the ball. He threw the ball. He just looked like he was playing Madden out there on us, and it was very disrespectful. Texas A&M.
Last of Jerry World.
Thank goodness for that. somehow, some way, we find a way to lose to Texas A&M. They don't even they have better players as far as like stars are concerned. I just feel like this is gonna be the one. One of the things I realized we always get whooped by Texas A&M is the tight end over the middle because we always have linebackers who can't really run and cover anybody. Brooks Ellis, Bumper Pool, great leadership guys, great effort guys. They couldn't fucking run, and they would just get beat by some random freshman tight end who was 6'7", damn near 260. So, with that being said, I got us winning. I just came up with it off the top of my head right now. I got us winning against Texas A&M
Talked yourself
somehow, some
into
way.
it.
Yeah, I did. You know, the last time I watched us do it, I feel like this is one of those games that's going to be really close. It's going to be a lot of NFL talent on that field with the roster that Texas A&M still has intact when they bought the number one class. But I digress. And I think this is an opportunity that the coaches, Bob Petrino, T. Will, Coach Pitt, saying, look, this is what the season's going to look like. And if we don't start off conference play decent, we in for some troubles and I'm going to get fired and everybody else going to lose their damn job. So I think this is the one that we win to end it in Jerry's world. I don't give a damn if Jerry got to pay somebody for us to win. I got us beat Texas A&M this time. And I just came up with it.
Motherfucker.
That part, yeah. All right, Adam, what you got on Texas A&M?
This is one that.
No,
What?
hold on. Brian said, what's in the cup? What DP? What's in DP's cup? A&M, an ugly L, unfortunately.
So this is one that I could go either way on. So on my prediction, it's a loss.
Okay.
One of the reasons being is we don't know what A&M's bringing to the table because, like Mike Elko said at SEC Media Days, they've had a quiet off season, which is what they wanted. There's not a whole lot out there on them. They've not really seemed to have any drama, heads on straight. Everything's just seems like it's going to go in their favor more often than not. Mike Elko is a good coach. I know the SEC is completely different versus coming from Duke, or was that where he was? Duke, yeah. So I don't know. I think that LSU could, or not LSU, A&M could win, or would win. What I hope is that it is a team that Petrino is prepared for, and that Petrino is going to pull out the stops for on the offensive side. I think that he has a lot in this game, even with Jimbo Fisher not being there anymore.
Forgot about that.
It's one of those that obviously if Jimbo's there, it'd be a completely different story. But I think this is one that Petrino's going to show up A&M. And I think that hopefully, T. Will gets the defense ready for Petrino to handle their business. But I do have it as a loss.
All right. Matt?
Well, I went to the first 3 games there, and they were all wins. And I don't think we've won since then. Maybe once.
2021.
Okay, 2021. So, I think we're going to win. This is one of the ones that I told y'all before the show. I had us winning. I feel like we have a better chance. Elko's a defensive coach, but I want to believe that his offense may not be as good, especially with them not having Petrino running Jimbo's offense. Plus Petrino, he probably will have a little bit of get back in him with them. I know they want to beat them. We haven't beat them since 21, like you said, and they've just been a thorn in our side. It's always a close game. We blow a 14-point lead with 10 minutes left, just something. And I feel like this time we will put it together because they have a new regime there and maybe they're still working out everything, everybody getting on the same page. So I'm going to put it as a win.
All right. All right. So check this. As I'm looking at my other phone. The week before on the 21st, they play Bowling Green. And they probably going to blow the socks off Bowling Green. I think they come in there a little cocky. Because, their schedule ain't really talking about nothing. They got Notre Dame started off. and that's gonna tell us a whole lot. Even though it's game one,
Mm-hmm.
McNeese State they should win that. Florida in Florida, hell they should win that. To be honest with you, Bowling Green, I think they're
Mm-hmm.
just feeling themselves by that point. And I feel like they're gonna look at Arkansas like, well, we're just gonna play this another game and get it over with. But I feel like that's an opportunity for them to do what we need to do. So that's that. Tennessee, Tennessee, October 5th. That is the game I would love to go to. That's gonna be a home game, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ain't no way in hell we beat Tennessee. I just don't see it. I like what Tennessee has been doing. They had the young freshman quarterback who's taking over, who's going to be he played last year. So would he be a red shirt for it? I think he played some. I don't know if he lost his red shirt. But either way, they had one of the top 5 stars in the country, which doesn't translate to a whole lot. We seen DJ Ukulele, which is what I call him, at Florida State, just look like trash. So anything is possible. But this young dude is a stud. I do like what Tennessee brings to the table in regards to their defensive line. I do like the athletes they have at wide receiver, and they always have a nice offensive line. This is the game where what is his name? What is his name? We got an offensive lineman who transferred, our
Nichols.
center. Right. So Nichols, this will be some get back for Nichols, but shit, he can't do it by himself.
No,
I
but we
can't.
got him and Danico Slaughter.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's yeah. I just can't see us beating Tennessee. I just cannot see it. I got it as an L. Matt, what you got?
I unfortunately see it as an L. I think it could be a competitive game. I think most of our games are going to be pretty competitive, honestly, just like they were last year. And I
Uh-huh.
feel like we have a better team.
Yeah,
So I feel like it'll be competitive, and Tennessee will just happen to get the best of us.
Tennessee is going to model our O line, their D line, be the best in the conference. Andrew, I'm not mad at that. Mr. McAdams, they always keep a squad. They keep some talented players they send to the league every year when I look at the draft. I think I got an idea of what your answer is going to be, sir. Unless you're going to do a shock and awe situation. Adam, what you got?
No, I don't have a loss. Or I don't have a win. It's a loss.
Okay.
Here's this game. Okay, so what? Tennessee's going to have a new quarterback
Mm-hmm.
because Milton's wherever he is now. Steelers should have drafted him, whatever you want to say. Yeah, they probably should.
Worry about the Ravens. Don't worry about the damn Steelers. But go ahead.
Anyway, so they're not going to be, I don't think, at the level they were at last season, but they're still good. Heupel has good teams. It is what it is. Good offenses, etc. Here's a thing with this game that could make it weird. And this is one of the flex games that is either going to be at 2:30 or at 7. I feel like it could go more in Arkansas's favor if it's a night game in Fayetteville against Tennessee. Because years past. Do I think that we will get that lucky? No, I don't. But if you want to make things interesting, put them at that 7:00 game in Razorback Stadium, and let's get weird with it.
Yeah. And I think that also depends upon what these schedules look like, what these records look like up to that point. So that'd be interesting to see what else is going on that week, October 5th. October 5th, first game in October. Hey, Brian, shut your mouth. Shut your pie hole. I'm talking about the Steelers, Brian. All right. So this is the first game in October. Seasons change, weather change. It's time for the state fair. All that good action. That would be a nice little night game. It really will be a nice little night game to have. Either way it go. Is the state fair used in October somewhere?
I mean, Arkansas, Oklahoma State Fairs in third week of September.
Why do you have to be that person? I just don't understand why you got to be that guy. But if you weren't that guy, I would think something was wrong with you. You got to be yourself. All right. The more you know. All right. So yeah. But either way you go, it's a good time of year for some football. October 5th. Definitely looking forward to that. Like that's the first game we all got as an L. All right. Now at this part, this is the first bye week, correct?
Correct.
At Tennessee.
Yes.
2 bye weeks this year.
2 bye weeks this year. All right. So hold on, real quick. I got something for you guys. What is this? You was talking about that, but now we're gonna talk about this. So once again, today's show is brought to you by Bet Online, the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football, from preseason NFL and college kicking off. Bet Online has every stat, matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff. Get into our winners, take it all. $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game's finished, head over to the online casino and get in on the game of blackjack, poker, or unwind with one of our 150 slot games. Head to the website today and use the promo code BELIEVE. That's BLEAV, and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
You took my spot. Okay.
It's okay.
Got you.
Yeah. I was on the road, so I usually throw you the alley oop, and then you do the BLE. Yeah. You okay?
No, I'm good.
I didn't want you to be your feelings about it. I mean, either way it go, the show must go on. Back to the schedule, Mr. 3-9. So Tennessee is the first bye week. Then we play LSU, and that LSU game is
homecoming.
Got to be in Fayetteville.
In Fayetteville.
Who came up with this? We scheduled LSU for homecoming.
Yep, and it'll be a 5 or 7 o'clock game.
Who do we think we are?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. That's disrespect. Adam, go ahead and start this one off.
I mean, I've got it as loss. So here's the thing with this game is what quarterback. I mean, we know what quarterback, but you don't have Jaden Daniels you're going against. You've now got a quarterback that is a pocket passer. So it's one of those that it's going to look different from last season, in which, a game that we almost won. And I think it was how many red zone trips that we didn't score in last year, like 8 or something like that.
Right.
So it's one of those that we could win. I just think for whatever reason, we tripped up and we don't, but this is one that could go either way. I don't think LSU is going to be obviously as good as last year. You don't have a Heisman quarterback. Brian Kelly has stood firm since, this offseason that they're going to win in the trenches. They're going to win up front. That's more or less their identity. So we'll see what comes of that. Who's the offensive lineman that ended up going to LSU that we didn't get? We'll see if he even gets on the field.
That's next year, though, isn't it?
Is that next year? Is he 25?
Yeah.
I thought it was the 25.
Oh,
it don't matter. I'm sure somebody.
Hey, maybe this game will make him switch.
Could be. All right, so check this. LSU. I got us taking the L against LSU. You talk about winning in the trenches. Once again, I'm being this fan who just, in my own word, this is what's happening. This is where a significant injury happens. Don't know on either side of the ball, but this is where you really start checking your depth in the middle of the season after a bye week. So a bye week gives you an opportunity to, whatever guys are nicked up, are not 100%, where you start getting in these other players that you should have been playing against Arkansas Pine Bluff, and you should have been playing against UAB. You're going to need their ass now. Because now we deep into the, well, we're not deep in, but we in the middle of conference play, and this is where you really start checking your depth. This is when you try to see what quality guys you have that are second, third string who can actually contribute within the game and play 4 quarters. So I think this is one of those times where you really got to dig and say, hey, remember the guy. Let's just say I'm throwing a random name. We was really worried about Patrick Kutis all year long. All of a sudden, Patrick Kutis come back and fulfills a role for somebody who got injured, right? Or we talk about a guy who's been around for a while on the team, who's been loyal to the team and stayed. Maybe he gets nicked up, and one of these guys from the transfer portal that we brought in on defense starts to fulfill the role that's been needed. So maybe that's what it is. Hold on. Jamie Tidwell hit me a message. What if the Hogs are better than everyone thinks? I'm saying that all because Bob Petrino body language in his last press conference. Jamie Tidwell. I don't know why you just don't get on here, Jamie. You watching this. I don't know. But you hit me in my message. It's all good. I read your message. So that's my take on the LSU game. I take it as an L. Go ahead, Matt.
I unfortunately believe it's going to be a loss too. I think it's going to be a close game. Probably come down to the end. It usually does. They also lost Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. And if you're playing fantasy football, those two people you might want to draft because they were great. So
And
they
this
got to
man has
replace.
been in a fantasy football league, the same league for 20 years, just so
20
everybody knows.
years. 20 years.
The same
Yeah, I
But
said
league.
5.
Yeah.
I said 5 last week. Now I'm in 6.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, and it's because of watching college that I'm able to kind of spot what might translate to the NFL. But back to it, they've lost a lot
Gotcha.
of talent, and like you said, they got to replace it, Jaden Daniels and those two. And then with Brian Kelly putting more emphasis on the line of scrimmage, that tells me that they're going to try to run the ball a little more. I
Gotcha.
mean, of
Gotcha.
course, they're going to pass it. He's a passing type of coach, but being Brian Kelly, but I feel like they're going to run it a little more, try to get a little more balanced, and not have as much quarterback run because that was a lot of their running last year or last 2 years. But I think we'll end up some. Is that the game that Luke has got hurt last year, or was it after that game? Because I know he started out pretty strong
It was
in the
that
game.
game.
It was. That's what I thought. That's what I thought, and that's kind of why we kind of got sour and ended up losing. But I think I hate to say it because I really hate LSU, but I think we're going to lose in a nail biter.
RC. Yes.
If you have a
Yes.
question, ask. I'm putting them on the screen.
Yeah. Did you want to call in, RC?
I
We
mean, if
can
you
make
want
that
to,
happen.
if anybody wants to call, let us know in the comments. I'll put up the number. Otherwise, we're just going to keep going.
There you go. There you go. So there's your question, RC. I think I know who RC is. Watching this from X. That's what's up. All right. Moving forward. Mississippi State. We're going to see our guy who used to be our offensive coordinator. I mean, offensive line coach. It's Kennedy. It's Mr.
Mm.
Kennedy. Mr.
Cody
Kennedy
Kennedy.
at his new establishment. That's at Mississippi State.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
another away game. I got us doing what we do. I got us bouncing back after some tough losses that we fought in. I got us going to Mississippi State doing what we do. I think this is one of the situations where both coordinators really dig deep. A lot of players dig deep and say, hey, we're going to Mississippi State. We need a conference win one. This is our old offensive line coach. Let's show him what we're about with Mateos. This is one of the times where offensive line shows up for Mateos and Coach Pittman, for that matter, and show up big time. The running game gets going. You got more than one back with impressive games. Quarterback does this thing, stays clean in the pocket. I got us winning against Mississippi State. Go ahead, Matt.
I agree with you. Last year was a 7-3 game. It was the game that the team quit and everybody saw it, and pretty much knew it. Like you said, I think the offensive line will come on a mission to prove a point, especially with their dislike for him, for lack of a better way of saying it. And I think it could be. I think we could really have a pretty decent victory against them, meaning 14, 2, 3 touchdowns. I think we could really do that to them. They've been struggling in recruiting and stuff. And who knows? Their offensive line will probably start sucking now.
All right, Triple R Bales Buzz Incorporated. Mississippi State is the only game on the schedule that we have to absolutely curb stomp. Brandon Walker with Barstool team, and we would not bail #bail because it's Bales Bond Company. Bail that loser with the borrowed bond. 5-3. Who picks who? That's what's up. All right, Adam, what you got?
Hang on right quick. I'm going to see if this is working.
What was that? Logan? Or was it RC? Mississippi State wins. Buster,
Hey, Logan.
You know what?
Can we hear you?
Logan, if y'all, we can't hear you.
I can hear him. Can y'all not?
No.
Nope.
All right.
You might need to reconnect your Bluetooth.
That's through the phone. Hang on right quick.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and look, he's saying that because every time we get ready to start the show, Matt has these problems with the Bluetooth. So yeah, he knows. He knows how to
so
get
annoying.
in Yeah, he knows how to get in there, so he's not just being funny.
Just like my internet earlier, I had to go fix that.
Hey man, it is what it is, bro. As long as we on. Mississippi State. Who else we got? And we can chime in when that call comes in. We'll just stop what we're doing and go ahead and take the call.
Oh, what about this?
Oh,
Hear you
there we
now.
go.
Can you hear us?
What's going on? I can hear everybody.
Okay.
Okay,
Boom.
bet.
Perfect.
So what do you got us at leading up to the Mississippi State game? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games.
Games 1, 2, 3, 4. We're 4-4.
4-4. Any comments?
I'm counting mine.
Oh, yours.
That's where I'm at. Well, actually, I would be 5-3 at this point because I got
Hey,
us losing LSU, Auburn, and Tennessee.
okay, so Logan got 4-4 right now. RC says, how can you get you to hear me? So RC trying to call in.
Hey, Logan, what do you think on Mississippi State game? What are your thoughts?
Mississippi State has no idea who they are. I think they have no idea. Their best player transferred out. And while it sucks that they have to start over the way they did, losing the coach the way they did, much respect to Mike Leach and his team, if they're listening to this, Mississippi State is a dumbfire. We should win easy.
Gotcha. I can dig it.
Thank you, sir. All right, y'all want to try to take another one if somebody wants to call?
Yeah, RC said he got stuff to say.
Let's find out. Let me just post this up here right quick. Y'all can keep talking.
All right, boom. Somebody said something. I probably think 2 years from now, if my prediction is true, we need to lead the SEC. Damn. Just
Ain't no. Ain't
Now,
nobody
this
gonna
is-
walk away from that SEC TV money.
They're not going to walk
The
away
money.
from it with the super conference looming and the money that's going to come. There's no way that that's going to happen.
Yeah, if nothing else, we're just talking about money. So I can't see that one, sir.
I mean, what do we want to do? We want to go play a lesser conference schedule and then go get blown out like TCU did against Georgia in the national championship game? I mean, that's what you're wanting to do. You're wanting to go get lesser caliber players by leaving the conference because they want to come to the SEC. That's your draw and getting them to come here. So you're wanting to do that. You want to give away the money, which means your facilities won't be upgraded to compete with everybody else. What's the gain in leaving the conference? Moral victory? Could you beat some podunk sorry ass team? That doesn't make
Just
any
tell me
sense.
how you really feel.
I'm just saying that doesn't make any sense. I'd rather lose playing the best than have a feel like I got a big swinging stick because I beat a 1AA school or something. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. I don't like that mindset personally.
Let that man cook, man. Damn, Steve. Baseball and basketball are going to get us the power conference. Yeah. You only suck at football. That's yeah. I got you, Derek, where you been at, sir? All right. 1, 2, 3, 3 and 1, 4. Yeah. That last L hurts. I get you. Brad said, I feel like our fan base sometimes loves the more victories. Hell yeah. It's just like, but we gave a good fight. Man, the hell with that shit. This is how you lose recruits every year. This is how you lose money. This is how you lose sponsorships. Like, all this stuff matters. It's just winning. Winning cures it all. We can sit here every year. We get upset with each other because a team is losing. Our team is losing. And we get upset with each other because we all don't agree on who fault it is. Because we got to blame somebody. Somebody wants to blame the coach. Then last year they said it was Enos. The year before they said it was Browns. Then at the end of the season they started saying it was Odom. Then they said it was KJ. He's just really into it. It's all about his cars and he really doesn't have leadership. So all these things came into the fold. And we get upset with each other and bicker because we don't agree on what the reason is that we're not successful as a team. And it just gets frustrating. But if we're winning, this is not even a conversation. We had the same debacle in basketball. We talked about freaking painted fingernails for freaking months because we were losing. If we were winning, nobody would give a damn. But that's what we talk about because you got to find some way to blame it on somebody. So I understand what people are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be clear. I understand what people are saying, but at the end of the day, if we're winning as a team, none of this is even a conversation to be had. It's just one of those things where you just hate to lose and you got to find some reason, somebody to blame it on. So I
Well,
understand that thought process.
I feel like too, like the whole moral victory thing. I feel like it's overused, just like a number of other comments, quotes, whatever from Razorback fans, because we're all Razorback fans. And it's one of those things that, okay, say we lost. People are immediately saying, like, calling out people for the moral victory nonsense just because they may be commenting about something that went right in the game or a player, just because they're not completely shitting on the team and shitting on the player.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a difference between, being able to talk about a positive. It doesn't mean it's a moral victory. You're just talking about a positive. Just because you're not sitting there being Debbie Downer, negative Nancy. What else could we come up with? Petty Patty. It's just, who knows? I just look at it.
Yeah.
Huh? I mean,
yeah, I'm talking about somebody in particular.
Nobody's, even when we win, we still got fans out there that sit there and find something to be wrong.
Yeah.
So you're not going to please everybody, win, lose, or draw.
Right.
And here's, let me go one more step. For the switching conference part, they always think about that, but you don't think about basketball, how that would affect that, how it would affect baseball. It would affect every sport. They would be facing lesser competition and have a lesser draw to come to Arkansas. It's already hard enough to get people to come to the state to just visit it to see what it's about, and you would be losing the main attraction that we play in the SEC. So you just may want to reconsider when you say these things that how much ramifications it would have across the entire program.
And with this potential super conference, so let's just play hypothetical here. So what would make sense? Big 12? Big 12, probably.
All right.
What'd y'all say?
I'm just gonna roll. I'm gonna roll
Big
with
12 is going to be in that super conference too. So guess what? You roll up a football super conference. You don't know how it's going to be divided out. Who's going to play who? You've got 32 teams, and however they decide to make that schedule out, like I said, it's still early. You're not in any better situation than you're in right now. You're still in the same situation that you are currently in with this super conference, unless you want to go to a lesser conference even further down than the Big 12 and then not be a part of the big boys. Then you can go play whatever national title game with all the other FBS schools and the group of 5 schools. That's where this is all heading. It's going to be the group of 5 versus the power 5 or 4 in this matter. And you're either the have or the have not. So this whole let's go to another conference. We need to go to another conference. Fuck your other conferences, because it's about to be a super conference when it comes to football in the next 5 years. It's going to happen. And so you're going to have this in football, and then you're going to take that away from your other sports like we've talked about. So you want to go play, wherever in basketball? I mean, I just don't look at it. It doesn't make sense.
Who would our new rival be? Utah in the Big 12? I mean, it doesn't. We would be leaving the teams that most of the fans hate the most: LSU, Texas, A&M, Ole Miss. Who would you want to play?
Millie Vanilli State. We can play Millie Vanilli State.
Yeah, Illinois. Is Illinois our new rival because Bielema's there?
Would it be?
Come on, people.
I mean, Utah or BYU and have Christians versus Mormons. I mean.
Moving on.
Anyway,
I'm sick of y'all
let's make it
going
awkward and change the subject.
Yeah.
There you go. Boom. Moving forward. So next we got Ole Miss. Now, keep in mind, this is November 2nd is the last game. We have a bye week after Ole Miss. Right?
Yes.
So I got Ole Miss in the damn playoff. 12-team playoff this year. I got Ole Miss contending for it. I got Ole Miss doing the damn thing for Monty Kiffin. That's what I got Ole Miss doing. Lane Kiffin finally putting it all together. Um, but y'all know we play Ole Miss. That's always a good game. It's always a good game. I don't know what their schedule looked like, and I don't have time to look for it. I'm gonna give us a win. I'm gonna give us undefeated in the state of Mississippi, just because I feel like whoever this that time of year where Ole Miss plays like Alabama next week, and then they're like, oh, the hell with Arkansas, and they just kind of forget about us, and we kind of do what we need to do. So I got us going undefeated in the state of Mississippi. Go ahead, Adam.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm honestly looking at Ole Miss's playoff team, and I think that they could have been a playoff team if it had been 4 or 6 teams. But you're putting 12; they're a playoff team. I think that Lane Kiffin is going to be on a different level this year. After the death of his father, he's playing with his heart on his shoulder, heart on his sleeve, whatever. And I think that this game is not going to be pretty at all. So, it's something that there's no ifs, ands, or buts about this game. I see Ole Miss going a very long way this season.
Gotcha. So I'm assuming that's an L for Arkansas?
Yes.
All right, copy that. Matt, what you got?
Yeah, I got this as an L. I think this could be the worst or second worst loss of the season as far as margin of deficit between them and Texas. I think it's going to be tough.
Hey, Brian, I seen your comment. And, we talked the other week about the different type of fandom Arkansas has. He said I had a whole picture of the Kool-Aid from the hill. I'm being the optimistic guy. I'm speaking from the optimistic standpoint of I want Sam Pittman to keep his job. I want Bob Petrine to be here, and I want T. Will to stay here. That's what I'm thinking of. Now, once again, week to week, as we talked about, my pickings may be different, but as of right now, that's what I got. Moving forward, we got a bye week. Then we roll straight into Texas. That's an L. I got Texas in the playoff as well, going deep. I got us taking the L against Texas. Adam, what you got?
Oh, this was another loss. It's not the same team that came to Fayetteville before.
Nope.
It's a team coming off the playoff last season. Sark's doing his thing. Quinn Ewers is first round draft pick. Like him or not, I'm shocked that he came back another year, but I think this is a game that we might even end up seeing like Arch Manning get into the game, which means it's going to be one of those rough games.
Blowout. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. I got Texas doing the damn thing. Matt, what you got?
Yeah, I got a loss. I hate Texas. I hate to say it, but I feel like Sark may have a little bit up his sleeve, kind of like Spurrier used to when we run it up on him with McFadden, and he'd get back at us later on and put 52 on us and beat him his first year. I feel like we're going to get a little bit of a get back with Sark since we 42-21 or something like that. We beat them, and they got that late touchdown to even make it that. So, and it wasn't even a touchdown. So I hate to say it, but I think it's going to be 2 back-to-back kind of ugly losses as far as score.
All right. Moving forward, because we're going to get ready to start wrapping this thing up, and I got some questions I want to dig into. La Tech, that's a win. Moving on. Okay. Matt. All right. Missouri. This is the one that's on the line for me. I don't think Missouri has the same team they had last year. We had some players from the state who did not commit to Arkansas and chose to go to Missouri and are currently not even on the damn 3 deep. That's interesting. That's a whole nother discussion.
It's not suspicious. It's just interesting.
Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like this is an opportunity, and I can't keep up with what I have in my projection. This is one of those times where you look at it and say Missouri is going to be the game that's going to decide a bowl game. I got us taking a loss.
It's a loss.
Matt?
I unfortunately think we're going to lose against them. Yeah. But that loss also would, as far as my prediction, that gives us a 6-6 record. So we start fast, and then we start having a big slide because I have us at 5-3, at Mississippi State, and then we start sliding a little bit, and we get that bowl win with Tech.
All right, boom. Let me jump into these questions, and then I got to tally up my projection at the end of the day. As Logan say, at the end of the day gonna end. Absolutely. Jerry Cox, what record does Pippen need to keep his job? Great question.
Bowl game minimum, in
Bowl
my
game,
opinion.
okay, minimum. Just make a bowl game. Gotcha. So you gotta have 6 wins. Got it. We got Bob Petrino and the new chemistry. Does that count for anything? RC, we talked about this last week. I think somebody put in the comments last week. 7 and 14 points is what that counts towards. Looking at the games that we lost last year, we lost 5 games by less than 7 points. So 7 to 14
Mm-hmm.
points is what we kind of came to a consensus with last week. That makes the most sense. So that's the answer to that question. Um, the politics, okay. Being loser, Lisa. Ojinga, shout out to Ojinga Karsh. Thank you for watching, my guy over there on YouTube. RC, the main attraction is playing the SEC. Really? Yeah, yeah. That in the NIL money, and apparently we're supposed to be at the top, somewhere in the top in NIL. So even though it doesn't look like it in regards to recruiting classes, but yes, RC.
Basketball.
Yeah, basketball. But we're talking about football, and I think
Mm-hmm.
we're still supposed to be somewhere in that arena of, oh, look, they really have some funds, but it doesn't look like it when it comes to recruiting classes. The only way Arkansas is going to get above average is have way above average coaching. I definitely agree with that one, RC. Definitely a point to be made with that one. Brian, Ole Miss has the only blowout L on our schedule. Not mad at that one. Buster, Ole Miss 52-7. Hogs at 2 and
Mm.
7. Pittman fired the next day.
If they're
Hmm.
2-7, he'd been fired before that.
Here's the thing, like, and I know we've talked about this before, and it's been the back and forth. It's been the people that you have people on two different sides. Like, when is he going to? Is it going to be during the season? Going to be after the season? Is he not going to be? Whatever. At that point, if you're 9 games in, what good would it be to let him go right there? It would do nothing. Either if you're at that point, wait till the end of the season and let him go. However, y'all decide to let him go. Whether it's he decides to retire, you fire him, whatever the case may be. There's no point if you are 9 games deep into a season of firing a coach.
And plus, I don't think Hunter Yurchik runs a business like that. I think he's a classy individual and the way he goes about his business, except for the time he called out Musk with his shit on that bus.
That was
Shit
kind of
was
weird.
hilarious. That shit was
Yeah.
hilarious. Yeah, they was out
He,
there playing games. But
yeah,
other than
he,
that, I feel like he got a lot of love for Pippen. I don't think it'll go different. Go ahead, Matt.
yeah. We would have to be if we were 2-7, he would have been gone way before that, in my opinion. And um, if he's the only other way he would be gone is if the team quits on him, which would be more of like a 2-7 type season, or just something kind of like what we had with Mississippi State last year, where you see the team quit again. That would be the only way I could see him getting kicked before the season ends, because otherwise, regardless, he's one of us, and we need to treat him as such. And whether he gets the results that we all want or not, he's one of us. Still, somewhat respect him, care about, treat him with respect, or just
Right.
don't don't disrespect him and just treat him like crap. Because I mean, we did that with Houston Nutt. Now everybody's kind of circled back around and at one point wanted Houston Nutt to be the next AD and all this stuff. So it just don't do it again.
I look
All
at
right.
it this
Go ahead.
way, that whatever plays out this season into the off season, I don't really. I feel like in my heart of hearts that, and this will be what he maybe wants to do, is that Pittman would retire.
Absolutely. He
In my
said it was
heart
his
of
last
hearts,
coaching job. Yeah.
I think he's done. And then I think Arkansas pays for a coach like we did Cal.
All right. Let me piggyback on that thought process.
Good.
And this was a thought process that was brought to me in another group that
In another
Arkansas.
group?
Yeah. Well, no, not that type.
Hmm.
So Arkansas has not been the same ever since that player, quote unquote, got arrested. And it seems like the coach didn't have his back. Do y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? It's a defensive back.
Yes. It was a incident on Dixon Street.
Correct.
I'm trying to remember names.
Was it a
He
defensive
left and
back?
went to Oklahoma. Yes, he was, and he
Uh-huh.
left. Started with last name started with an S. Slusher, Miles Slusher, something like that.
He went
Yep.
to
Slush.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it was Slusher, and it was two of them. It was two of them
Yeah.
together, and they kind of got disrespected. They got treated wrong. I don't, from what I remember, I don't think they really deserved anything. That like they were in the middle of a crosswalk or something, and the cops got onto them, and they're like, "There's other people here, and you ain't doing none of them." So
Right.
if
So
that's what I remember right.
Anthony
right.
Brown and Miles Slusher.
Okay.
Gotcha. And the thing that was interesting about it was ever since that moment, it hasn't been the same in regards to the players they recruited. I feel like T. Will is doing his due diligence in regards to having one-on-one personal relationships and building a rapport with these players to bring that back to where they feel trust from the coaches. I'm not saying that's a Odom thing. I'm not saying that's a Pittman thing. I just feel like it was definitely handled wrong, and it could have been handled better. But at that point, I don't know if you remember that transfer portal season. A lot of players left, and a lot of players in different communities felt some type of way about that. A lot of black players felt some type of way about that. I'm just gonna keep it a bean. Like, damn, he just left me hanging out to dry. Like, really? Like, I thought y'all would come to my defense and at least investigate the situation. It's like y'all took the police thoughts and just ran with it, just say I'm wrong, and y'all gonna suspend me. So a lot of that has changed since then, but I think T. Will is doing what he needs to do, and I can hope that whatever this record ends up with, we can keep T. Will because you can't lose Pittman, T. Will, and Petrino. I can't take the starting over shit again. It's just too much for me. I cannot take it. So, and at the end, we talked about this before. For people who asked about who could be the coach if Pittman stays, if he goes, whoever the boosters are willing to cut a big check for, that's who we need. Because we got to have the NIL money. The same thing that happened with Calipari in basketball, we got to do the same thing. And
And
I'm
if you want to
saying right now,
go
ahead.
back on the July 7th episode, Brian, you should remember that it's your birthday. July 7th episode, we went through, I think at the 51-minute mark, if I remember Matt's notes correctly, is when Matt
Episode
started
30.
talking. We went through the list of the potentials if that happens.
If that happens. At the end of the day, I don't want us to start over, but I did put in my bid. If Ryan Day can't beat Michigan this year and win a championship, buy his ass. Just buy him. Just buy him. Because him or Red Lashley, that's what I know. You said Red Lashley. That was one of the guys you suggested. Either way it go. So yeah, Brian, I know you used to hike the ball. Now he used to hike the ball to you. That means y'all used to do the exchange thing where you just put your hand and then that's a whole nother story. Look,
It
it's
made me think of.
yeah,
Well, I had that
look,
happen. I had that
yeah.
happen in a game. I played guard, and
Oh my
Mark
God.
Bradley, who ended up going to Oklahoma and was drafted with the Bears, he was my quarterback, and he lined up behind me and almost made me jump off sides. So having somebody touch me, I ain't know what was
Oh
going
man.
on.
Logan's going to
Crazy.
call back with one more final thought.
Who?
Logan.
Logan. All right.
Logan's final
So
thought whenever he calls in.
all right, before he calls in, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Then we'll take Logan's call. Any final thoughts before we get up out of here? This is game week, guys. First game UAPB on Thursday. Final thoughts for summer sessions. What you think about UAPB overall? Who do you expect to do what? What do you plan on talking about next Sunday in regards to the first game? Matt, go ahead.
I hope we're not talking about bottled
Call
water.
from Logan E.
What
To
the hell?
accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Sorry about that.
Right. The water bottle, I think they've already said that it's virtually impossible for them to run out of water this time. So hopefully that's not an issue. And it will be hot, albeit it'll be cooling down. Um, my question on it all is, what is the attendance going to be? Because you know it's going to be a conversation.
I know they were like projecting what 35 to 40 was allocated.
They were
You're gonna
giving
have
it out to a
walk-ups.
bunch of school and stuff. They're trying to,
A Thursday night game, 6:30. I mean, what, last year on a Saturday game, I think they had like 45,000. So
announced.
Announced. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking one thing that I think gets people in the seats is Taylon Green and Bobby Petrino, especially Bobby. The whole change and things, but I'm still probably hovering around 40 to 42,000.
That's where I'm at.
I could care less about attendance. I'm with you on the water situation. You talked about the Salt Bowl being the next day, right?
Yes.
That's Brian. Was it Brian and Benton? Is that what their game is? High school.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for y'all.
Yeah. So that means Arkansas gonna drink all y'all damn water. Y'all go to the high school game, and it's gonna be a BYOB situation. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Look. I look at this first game. I really want to see Arkansas play a clean game. I want to see not a lot of penalties. I want them to, no matter who the personnel is at every position, and I have to see my backup quarterback. I gotta see it. Logan, go ahead.
All right, I got 3 things I want to touch on real quick. First, let's go with the record. I want to see 4-8. I don't know Sam Pittman's what he wants to do, if he really wants to retire at the end of this year. I think he should have retired this year. Love the guy. He's a great human being. Not a good coach. Optimism for Arkansas, 7-6 after a bowl game. So I have us going 6-6 regular season and winning our bowl game. Then I want to touch on the Miles Fletcher situation real quick, DP. Something my papa used to tell me. Don't put yourself in a situation that you don't want to have to hold yourself accountable for later.
I can dig it. So
I understand it wasn't their fault, but at the end of the day, like you say, they got in, but they were there. And maybe it could have been handled different. I don't know the situation. But I do know if you're going to encounter something like that, just do what they say and walk away. You ain't got to be right. Be on the field.
Accountability is what we're talking about.
Gotcha. I want all the smoke from this group this year. Because last year, y'all wanted to talk. And a lot of y'all, if we're going to be honest in this group, you live in a fantasy world. You love Arkansas so much when they do wrong, they still don't do wrong. Okay. A lot of these opinions that I give are honest, and all you got to do is sit there and watch the football game. Last year we sucked, and I called it after the second game of the season. Told y'all what it's going to be. Y'all can go look my name up in the search bar and all my posts. Told y'all what the year was going to be week 2. You're not a real fan. Where's the optimism? Blah, blah, blah. Man, half that team was checked out before the check got wrote. So, at the end of the day, Dave's got in, and I'm here for it.
Thank you.
That's what's up, Logan.
Hey, he keeps his receipt,
Yeah.
Like he said, all the smoke he wants it.
There it is.
We will clip this for Logan and send it to him so he can remind y'all.
Hey, and shout out to Logan, because Logan is one of those guys that he'll take this show and he'll share it on his personal page. So shout out to Logan for that. We definitely appreciate that. Just put more eyes on the situation, man, and let people see what we're doing over here. So we definitely appreciate that, Logan.
Thank you, Logan.
Don't forget to thumbs up.
Y'all are great.
And the hearts.
Y'all are awesome. But excited to see what sponsors y'all get for the rest of the season and how y'all grow. And hey, no homo, I love y'all.
That's what's up. Love you, bro. No doubt. All right. Dude, this one, we didn't win an hour, 24 minutes, dude. I got to go to work tomorrow. I don't know about y'all, but shit, I got a job. I got a career. I got a salary situation.
And let's be clear. It's an 8 to 5. It ain't no 9 to 5s like they try to tell y'all folks.
Yeah. See, the thing when you say that 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, Me and Matt already at work while your ass is rolling over, thinking about counting sheep and shit. So I know I got to be at work at 5. So that's what that
Sounds like
is.
a you problem.
I kind of I'm off on Mondays, but I feel it because I'm up at 4:30
Oh,
Tuesday through Friday.
Yeah, for real. Meanwhile, Mr.
I'm
Adam
sitting
is
in my
down here.
office practicing my jump shot.
Kobe.
Kobe.
RC is my guy, one of my guys from X. So RC, I'm glad you was able to catch on. I had tried to tag you in one of our last shows, so I'm glad you was able to jump in, get into your comments. The more and more you watch this RC, you can figure out how this whole platform works and be able to jump in and get on the call in line next time. So thank you so much for joining us with us this week. Triple R Bales Bond Inc. Thank you for doing what you're doing, man. I appreciate that for you jumping in and getting live with us tonight. Brian had a lot of great comments. Brian, he needs fantasy. Oh, Matt, he said Adam needs fantasy league help. Fantasy league help, man.
I'm
Brian said,
always a call or a text away, man. Need
yeah, he
that.
said. Brian said his boy trash. That's what he said. It is what it is. So we're gonna check them results. With that being said, families and friends and family members and yeah, everybody, we thank
Go
you
to
so much
bed.
for watching us. Yeah, it's time to go to bed. I'm getting sleepy. Thank you for watching us, supporting us every week. Every week the situation is growing, and once again, this is game 1 coming up, so we definitely look forward to that thing. Once again, if you want to be a sponsor, hit one of us in the DMs, let us know. We'll get you hooked up with information for that. At the end of the day, Logan said it, the day gonna end, and it's gonna end right now. And we are out of here for this week.
Oh, wrong one.